What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Hip Hop Happy Hour podcast brought to you by the Culture Corner. I am your host, Brad Bailey. Again, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Running a little late tonight, but it's all good. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, right? So, without further ado, I want to bring up my co host for the evening, the co founder of the Hip Hop Happy Hour podcast and the co founder of the Culture Corner, Jesse Elliott.
Yo, what's good, Brad?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Not too much. Busy day.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Welcome to the podcast. First
Yep,
time co-hosting. Thank you for joining us tonight.
not a problem.
And again, without further ado, we have a special guest tonight, the underground mayor of Detroit, Ty Farris. Gotta bring him up.
There we go.
There we go. What's good, bro?
What's going on, man?
What's happening?
Welcome to the Hip Hop
Peace.
Happy Hour, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you so much, man. You're on a hell of a hot streak right now, and congratulations on the new drop, Malice at the Palace. Got a lot of good feedback. I'm seeing a lot of good things on all the social media platforms about it. But for anyone that doesn't know who you are, tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you're about.
Well, I mean, shoot, go by the name Ty Farris from Detroit, East Side, 6 Mile to be exact. Been doing this for a minute. Started off as a battle rapper. Been in the trenches, and my music is me. That's the best thing I can say, man. My music is me, man. It's not I'm not no flossy, shiny guy. I just speak my life experiences and put it on the paper and give it to the people.
That's real. Yep.
Dope. Malice of the Palace
Yeah.
dropped yesterday, right? Or was it this morning?
It dropped today, but it's officially out in like 3 hours, midnight.
Word. How did that? I know the inspiration behind it. You tell us where that came from.
Yeah, so this album been done since September. We just been sitting on it. I was just trying to think of something that would represent so I did this is my second project with Machacha, and the first one was Dark Knights and D-Fitteds. So I feel like he had a sound, and this might sound crazy, but it's not to me, that kind of, when I write to it, it feels like Detroit. You know what I'm saying? My neighborhood of Detroit. Like I say, it sounds like 3 in the morning on 6 Mile. So I wanted to figure a way to make sure it still was titled with something to do with Detroit. And one day I just came up with Malice at the Palace, and from there I started writing to coordinate that with the album. So like certain songs, every song probably got like a little snippet or a punchline about Rasheed Wallace or John Green or one of them guys, but it still correlates into things from the streets. So I wanted to do something. It's like a theme. It's like a nostalgic theme project that I like doing those type of projects.
Word.
I saw the artwork. That was dope for that.
Yeah.
And I definitely got to hear the album.
Yeah.
Got to give that a listen. But what was who did the artwork? I mean, was that something that you guys did? That the artwork was just wow.
Yeah. I had to get with Martin on that. I believe his name is VC something. I could send it to you after we get off. I know it's Instagram. You know what I'm saying? It's me and a couple other guys who came together with this. So I don't know him personally. I've had maybe small engagement with him. But yeah, he cooked that up, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I like that. That was dope.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, coming from Detroit's like a different world within the United States, and most people don't realize that. Most people don't realize that at one time it was the heart of the United States, Motor City, man. Like
Definitely.
and it made America move. And you said like you're a reflection of the streets. Tell us about some of your influences growing up, coming through Detroit.
Music wise, man, my biggest influence has always been Scarface. And that come from my uncles. My uncles used to listen to basically Ghetto Boys and Ice Cube and My uncle was a huge Willie D fan, and I used to always be like, "Yo, man, I like Scarface more. Like Scarface good. He be all that lyrical shit." Willie D just said it how it was, and that's what my uncle's like. So from there, I started like a Scarface, and from there, I got a little older. My favorite artist became Master P.
Really?
So I was a No Limit soldier. Every Friday, every Tuesday, whatever, every Tuesday, I was at that record store buying them albums, man. And the thing that drew me to Master P was, maybe that's where I am, where I'm at right now in my life with music and ownership. But he was always preaching something, like he was saying some ignorant shit, like, of course, but he was always talking about ownership, about being a man. So them was before I was even thinking about being a lyricist. Them are the two main guys that influenced me. You know what I'm saying? Scarface and Master P.
Master P was definitely a hell of a businessman.
Yeah.
At his peak, he was a hell of a businessman. They had that tank out in front of No Limit Records and all that.
Yeah.
So that he was making money. He was making money at a time where, if that was now, that money would be triple what that is. He'd be up there. He'd be up there with the billionaire status.
Yeah. So that was it, man. And from there, when I started getting into it with my cousin was he was a rapper, and I started watching him, and then he's an older cousin, so you know how that is when you're younger. You want to try to be with your older cousin. He was into Nas and AZ, and it was this kid named, was it A Plus? McGruff. All these guys he was listening to, and I couldn't rap like Master P around him rapping like Nas, so I had to get better. And that's how I really started really rapping, is because of my cousin. You know what I'm saying?
It's good that you have different. Go ahead, Jesse. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to say, yeah, you definitely, as far as dropping albums, the consistency. I remember as a kid, picking up a new album from Master P or anybody under his label. It was like weekly. They had something dropping.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're dropping albums like crazy, just like him. So you must have tons of material constantly working. But everything I hear, that and everybody that I talk to talks about the consistency. It's crazy.
Yeah. I was trying to see if I could pull this other computer up, but it's a wrap. It might work. Hold on one second. Could we switch, or we just need to stay on here at this point?
I think you could switch right over. Just log right in over there, and you might pick up.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I try to do that as we talking.
Yeah.
No, man, the consistency, man, it's really kind of like I had all this stuff in the chamber, and since I had to do everything basically on my own, I had to hold on to music while vinyl was getting pressed and merchandise is getting pressed. So vinyl was taking 4 or 5 months. This Malice in the Palace is with Copenhagen Crates. So I wanted to plan it after No Cocaine 5. Cocaine 5 took 5 months for me to get in hand from vinyl. So it's a lot going on, but to me, I only rapped 3 times this year, like in the booth. So it don't feel like I get it, but I haven't even been started rapping this year.
A lot of people have talked about, especially on the show, having a lot of content stacked and just ready to go, especially because of COVID.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
How did you react to being locked down?
Man, to be honest, I'm always locked down. My process is like that, man. And even with COVID, I really wasn't locked down. That's another story. But my process is, man, I gotta go and live, man. So I get out, have a drink, walk, something. I gotta go outside. I gotta go and get them experiences, and then I lock myself down for a few days. And in a few days, I get a lot done. You know what I'm saying? I get a lot done in a few days. Like this Malice in the Palace, I recorded in like 10 days. So when you hear it, and if you ask me, I believe I listened to it more than No Cocaine 5, just because of the nostalgic and the cohesiveness of it. So I like this project a lot, man. Before it's the lockdown and my processes, man, like when the COVID hit, man, it was nothing new to me besides I'm just in the studio as usual. PlayStation, beats, pencil, pad, whatever. That's it, you know.
It's dope.
Yeah.
It's better. Yeah, it's better than having to feel pressured or locked in, or you're still living your daily life. A lot of people weren't, so but it's good. That's a
Yeah.
good thing, definitely.
Yeah. You know, I got a couple perks of being an underground mayor, man. So I was still going to clubs, you know, where you have to go in the alley and knock on the door 3 times and say a
Right.
password to get in. So it's about 20, 30 of us out there and going through the alleys and through kitchen doors. So it was cool.
Running out there like it's a movie.
Yeah, it felt like a movie, to be honest.
I'm sure, like, waiting for the cops to come get you and tell you can't be on the streets and all that shit. I feel
Nah,
you.
it's funny is the cops was with us. The cops was in on it.
Right, well, yeah, it is
Like
Detroit.
they is
It
in
is
every movie. The
Detroit.
cops in it
So.
in every movie, right?
Oh man.
But do you feel the pressure trying to keep like releasing new material constantly to keep up with the way the climate is in hip hop?
No. So maybe a few years ago I might have felt that way. Because what's the phrase? Out of sight, out of mind. But I think I've built a good enough base at this point
Yeah.
where if I step away, they know I'm cooking and it'll be worth the wait. I've never done what I'm doing in my whole career. What I just done, like
Right.
for as let's see, they're gonna let me in over here. Dropping so many projects like Fluorescent Mud, Pain for Your Vein, Welcome to Room 39, No Cosign 5, Madison. That's 5 in 7 months. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of music. But again, it sound like it, but Fluorescent Mud was done. It took 4 years to get that done. Let's see. Here we go. I'm about to enter this one. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to get it a little more easier for me, man. Holding this damn phone.
Nah, no worries, man. We live. Anything can happen. Here you go.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. There we go. Yeah, so Fluorescent Mud was done fucking like I say, took 4 years getting that mixed and mastered. Pain for Your Vein, and because I was gonna do a double disc for Cocaine 2. And I was like, nah, they ain't gonna take that well. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be trying to say A is better than 1. So from there, I was like, let me break this up. Let me put Pain for Your Vein out. So if you listen to Pain for Your Vein, some of them songs feel like they could be on Cocaine 5. Welcome to Room 39 was basically like a repress with a few new songs. I had to take them songs down because I had changed distributors. So I had Rome Streets on there, 38 Special, Lil Fame, MOP. I'm like, yo, these songs has been just not out for 3 years. I got to put them out. So that's how that come about. Then Cocaine 5, and now we here. So, it's a lot, but for me, it's like I haven't rapped since September, really. You know what I'm saying? Outside of features.
That's wild.
That's
yeah.
great.
Peace. Thank you. Said I see the little thing in the side. Love all your projects. That's dope.
Yeah, sometimes we'll get some user questions,
Yeah.
We got a pretty good fan base going on here.
See South Park in the background. Don't judge me.
Yeah. Jesse, you got anything you want to ask, Jesse?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously being from Detroit, you got a lot of big names from there.
Yeah.
What's the competition like? You got M, you got Royce the 5'9", who's one of my favorites personally.
Yeah. So those two guys right there, if we got to be honestly speaking, it's like we're here, they're on Pluto. That's how I look at them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm very respectful of the people who paved the way for me and the generation before me. So I'm never in competition. Like if me and Royce have done a couple joints together, and of course, I would say I want to kill Royce. I think I just want to survive. Like let me survive this, okay? That was my mind frame when I was doing the records. Now, like, yo, let's see what we could do. That's my bro. That's my boy, man. Funny, his studio is 5 minutes from here.
That's great.
I've never done nothing with him, obviously. But my family tree is Eminem. You know what I'm saying? I started off with his best friend, rest in peace, Big Proof. I was signed to Big Proof. That's how I started off my first taste of the rap game. I was in a group called Purple Gang. Outside of that, man, competition wise, I don't know about that, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to speak on them type of things, man. You know, Elzai is incredible. Guilty Simpson's incredible. Some guys here, man. My boy Mickey Diamond is dope. Substance 810, Dangle 4 Lane. Shoot, man, Marv One, Fat Five. There's a lot of dope lyricists, you know. But I'm the guy like we always got to lace them up. I don't care who it is outside of them two guys. You know, I'm ready to compete.
Yeah, the Detroit rap game right now is solid, more solid than ever, really.
Yeah.
At one point, really, there was only M and Royce and D12 and those dudes, you know.
Yeah.
You know, very different dudes.
That's the crazy thing. Like to the world, that was it. But like here, them guys knew M, D12, all them guys knew about the talent here. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm talking about Elzai, man, Slum Village, man, Guilty Simpson, Black Milk. Like, come on, man. Them some like guys. Them some guys. Them not just them some guys, you know. So you know, it's always been competitive. And then if you even step into the battle rap scene, so you know, that's even a whole nother animal. So yeah, the competition
what was that like coming up?
So that's how I started the battle rap scene. Man, it was it's like a gladiator, the gladiators, you know what I'm saying? That's how it used to be. I mean, you can look up my old battles under 40 Flame, T Flame. That was the name I used to go by. Man, I'm just thinking. I just remember the pressure that I remember feeling, getting ready for a battle, knowing I got to rap in front of, you know, Trick, Elzai, fucking Big Proof, all these guys, man, and knowing that if I get my ass kicked, that I might not ever make it in Detroit. That's how important that's how serious it was. Like, bro, you lose and you get embarrassed, you can never. It's like how it is now, where they just battling. Back then, it wasn't like that. Like you couldn't lose a battle bad and still be able to walk around and say you was a shit, because the OGs ain't having it. So it was a lot of pressure, man. I would stand in the mirror and get my rhymes ready 100 times, literally, like right on a fucking one of these boards, just like this. 1 check, 2 check. Got to say it 100 times before I walk out the door, man. Because if you mess up, back then, if you mess up or stutter, they stopped the round.
Yeah, that was it.
No stutter. And if you mess up, you lose the round, and then you get booed. It's like shit. So, you know, to remember fucking 300-400 bars and not stutter. That's a lot, man. It's a lot. You think about it, not stutter, bro. And you know, it was just I'm sorry I dig a little deep in that, but it was crazy. It was crazy. I'm glad I participated in it. I would never do it again. It's just nuts. It's nuts.
Actually, I had a conversation on another podcast last week, and it was about the question was about building your local fan base, because with the way internet culture is now, a lot of these rappers coming up, especially younger kids, they don't build their local fan base within their city. They don't think that's important. And just like you said, if you lost Detroit, that was it. It was a wrap. If you lose Detroit, you lose the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, so I think that's changed now, because I might be the best example of that. I've been doing music here almost 20 years. You know what I'm saying? For the first 15, 13, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Same album I put out. Here's to give the best example. That Welcome to Room 39 album I put out, when I originally put it out, I only sold 4 copies. You see what I'm saying? And the one before that, I only sold 2. So a local fan base for the music that I do here is not here. You know what I'm saying? I had the internet saved my career, because I had to meet other people who was listening and sound wise that was embracing the stuff that I was doing and saying, Here is not the same, man. You got, Icewear Vezo, you got Peasy, you got Babyface Ray. It's a whole wave of Detroit street music. I guess I'm considered Detroit hip hop. It's a big difference here. And so me trying to get the local, maybe when I first started, I had a local buzz, but my music wasn't local. You know what I'm saying? Like at the Proof thing, after he got killed, the music for our scene, Detroit hip hop, it kind of shattered. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 3 years later, that's when you get Black Milk taken off with Cal Troy. Guilty always been guilty. That's the Jay Dilla family tree type thing. But for the rest of us, man, it really wasn't easy to navigate our sound because our sound was basically led by the guy who got killed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, now, boom, I put my music on the internet. I can see who likes, let's say who likes, oh, you like Skyzoo music? Okay. I'm going to follow you. Maybe you'll follow me and listen to me. Oh, you listen to me? You see what I'm saying? I've done that for 7-8 years. You know what I'm saying? Following people who I think will listen to my music. And that's how it started for me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know about the local thing no more, man, because it depends on your sound and your music and your goals. Like, I had goals to do bigger than like some of the local guys here. They don't have to ever leave here. You know what I'm saying? They got a strong enough local fan base. They could do shows and all that stuff. And as soon as they leave out of here, they're not known as much. You know what I'm saying? So It's a lot of ways to look at it.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Definitely. And you're right, because every local scene is a tough thing to crack into and to become. I mean, you want to be bigger than your local scene, obviously.
Yeah. And let me add on to that. You know why it's so tough to crack your local scene too? Because your local scene is filled with a lot of youths.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, some of these shows I would see back in the day, you throw a show at a showcase, and the crowd is other rappers looking at you. So you're not going nowhere. Like you're not going nowhere like that. Rapping for rappers. So you got to figure out how to find the fans that want your music. And it's a great thing. Like the analytics with Spotify, it shows you exactly who's listening where.
Exactly. Yeah.
For me, Detroit is like 22nd. I've been here my whole damn life. 22nd Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I don't take it. I used to be mad about it. I don't take it personal no more. But so it's just all about the goal and the mindset of you as an artist. Like if you want to be a local legend, there's nothing wrong with that.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Yes, I got a question. So you get a song with SD Knack. He's from the next town over from me, from where I'm from.
Where he in Massachusetts?
Yeah, I'm from Salem, Mass. He's from Lynn.
Yeah.
So I just what it was like working with him.
Yeah, so that was more so my man Seb Bash put that together. Obviously, me and Knack know each other. Actually, just chopped it up with him in New York probably 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, man, Knack is incredible, man. Like when I listen to Knack, man, it's like a sci-fi gangster street episode. Like I love his ad-libs, his action, he one of them guys that I enjoy listening to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I ride around listening to SD Knack. Nice. That's you see what I'm saying? That says a lot for us, a lyricist. Like I ride around and listen to SD. So yeah, man, I love S, man. For us him doing that record, Seb was like, yo, man, we need some flavor on there. And they're like, who else? You know what I'm saying? So that's how that happened. Seb made the call on that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
We got a question we like to ask around here. We ask all our guests. It's what's your issue? Now, it could be any issue. It could be a tiny little issue. It could be a world-ending issue. It could be pet peeve. Could be multiple issues. But Farris, what's your issue?
My issue is people on the internet crying. I can't stand it. So listen, man, my issue with people who do that is what is what is your goal when you're on the internet crying about you're not getting support? You're crying nobody's helping you. What do you think that's going to do to change that?
It drives everybody away.
Drive everybody away.
Everybody.
You know, it's like no one helps me. No, nobody supports me. The people who looking at you just looking like, oh, let me go and support. That's not going to happen. I am one of them people who I love social media saved my career, but for the actual social media socializing, I just not my thing, man, because people would cry wolf, man. They would cry wolf on that motherfucker, man. Sorry, man, I got a little cold.
Everything to scam you too. Anything to get over on you. It's like it's such a hustle now. It's social media has turned into another just street hustle.
Yeah, and it's like, man, the influencers and all this, like people do the corniest shit to get seen, man. Mm-hmm. And it's like, man, I just think of some of the things some people do. I'm like, man, what you think your kid gonna think about that when it's time for them to watch that? Like you're doing all this for one post to get 100,000 likes or whatever. Yeah, I that's my issue, man. People crying and doing stupid shit to be seen on the internet.
It's attention seeking at its finest, and just a lot of broken people really doing it. It really is. It's broken people seeking attention that they never get anywhere else. So it's sad, really. It really is sad, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse.
It's not gonna get better. It's not gonna get better.
My issue right now is how like a lot of it, I've been seeing a lot on the internet is the gym girls calling out dudes for being like creeping on them, and they're just not even creeping on them. They're not doing anything wrong. They're like, "Are you okay?" And that's it. It's like a world ender. I'm calling the cops. You're a pedophile. You're this.
Wow. Like, I ain't seen the cops get called yet, but damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like wild, bro. It's like they get some of these dudes like get kicked out. They get their memberships to these gyms pulled, and they didn't do anything wrong. It's like where are we gonna draw the line with that type of shit? You know what I mean?
Man, I like to add on that because I go to the gym 2, 3, 4 times a week, and after seeing the videos, and you know, somebody walk by, you look at them. It's not like you're staring them down. I remember seeing this in the gym actually before too, where I could see the girl is looking in the mirror to try to see if the guy is looking like this. Right. I'm like, come on, man, that guy ain't looking. It's an older guy. He just tried to get his workout in. I could just see her looking. I'm like, but yeah, no, I'm with you on that too. That's a good one there. I like that one.
Now, say you go to the gym 4 times a week, right?
4 is the best I've ever done.
Would you help a female if she needed you to, or how would you want to not even react, right?
I got to analyze the situation, man.
Exactly.
Because of what this whole social media thing, like, you know, I've actually done it before where someone she was loading the joint up, and I was just right there and just picked it off the thing and put it on her head, said thank you, and I just kept it moving. But like somebody like choking, and I don't know, man. I don't know what to do now. It's like,
right.
You want to be a gentleman or you want to go to jail? I don't know. What the fuck, man?
Right. You're going to freeze up. Like, is there a camera on me? Because, like, what's going to happen if I accidentally bump into her or something? You know, it's so bad. Like, you can't even be a human, like you just said.
And then they come wearing the most tightest, exposing things. Come on, man. We know you trying to do it to get okay. Right. You want to get in shape, but you got to get that flick. I'm in the gym vibe, all that gay.
There's no reason to come in with club makeup on either.
Man, come on, right?
No reason.
God bless him.
Jess, what's your issue today?
My man is I gotta go with just basic common courtesy. There's so many fucking people out there. You know, for example, you know, letting somebody, you know, pass you or whatever, driving, you know, little simple wave or, you know, just show gratitude. You know, everybody's just so entitled. Holding the door for somebody, you don't get a thank you. Yeah, that stuff has been bugging me a lot. It seems like there's just so much people that are entitled now. They just expect it. It bugs me.
And that it all kind of intertwines with what my issue was and with what his issue
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
It really all does. It all entwines. It's just the lack of common courtesy and a lack of common sense.
yeah,
Yep.
That's another one. That's
yeah,
another one.
yeah.
But, all right, let's move on here. I have another question I like to ask my guests. 5 daily essentials. What are the 5 things you can't live without daily?
Ooh, water, music. Dang,
I know we make you think around here, bro.
that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I was gonna say money, but I don't need money because that's a material thing. That's not nothing I need to survive with on a day. I know it sounds crazy, but that money, maybe my daughter's voice.
That's a good one.
I shouldn't have said maybe. Vegetables. I'm a veggie guy.
There you go. I think that was 5, wasn't it?
No, I got one more, right? Veggies.
Water, veggies, water, music. All right, yep, one more.
Mental stimulation.
There you go.
Yep.
Last week it was a couple of the same answers: water, music, and inspiration. So, yeah, it could be very much the same thing.
Yeah,
you know,
that's good.
What inspires you?
Man, at this point, I don't know. I've been rapping a long time, man. I love it. I love it. I really do enjoy it. Even though I only done it 3 times this year, just timing. But I think the inspiration is me making sure that I left a legacy, man. I come from a broken home, family not really known for anything substantial. So I think the inspiration is I'm gonna be gone one day. So I just want to make sure I leave something substantial, something for my daughters to be proud of. When they look back, say he did something good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's the inspiration, man. Making sure I leave a nice legacy, a good name for myself. Did people right? Did a lot of good business. So yeah.
That's a dope answer. That's a really dope answer.
Yep.
Jesse, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, as far as the essentials, or where are we going here? Just questions.
Any questions you want?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, I got questions for days. Who is your? I mean, you've worked with a lot of dope artists. Who is your favorite to work with?
As of now, man, it's between Rome Streets and Mickey Diamond. I'm gonna go with Mickey. And the reason is them two because the competitive nature. I've rapped with them both multiple times. Me and Rome probably done like 8, 9 songs together. Me and Mickey done like 5 or 6. I know when I'm about to write with one of them, like the blood get to boiling because I already know they good. You know what I'm saying? So that actually keeps me excited to rap. The competition, man. I play basketball. I didn't make the NBA. So this is what I do for competition, man. So yeah, I'll go with them two as of right now. But Rome, back in it, like Mickey recently, and Rome was a couple years ago.
And Rome Streets, he's been on fire too.
Yeah,
dropping tons of stuff. Everything heat just coming out of there. So
yeah. Shout out to Rome.
Yep.
Yeah, there's been a few Rome Streets, RJ Payne, you. Yep. There's been quite a few underground rappers that are bringing, I don't want to say bringing it back because it really got left, but bringing more eyes back to actually what underground rap is and what's it about. And so who was your main driving? Well, not who, but what was your main driving focus as a kid getting into hip hop?
So I tell you the real, man. Like I said, man, I was watching my cousin. He was really the rapper, man. I was being a knucklehead with my boys, but every time I come home, he was writing. So, my cousin was my main first, like, yo, man, write a rap. Just sitting in the basement. But in the beginning, man, I was trying to be a DJ. I was selling mixtapes. I was still rapping, but I was like, yo, man, I ain't good enough. If anything, I want to help my cousin. He's really good. So I'm like, I was always a hustler. I always been a hustler. He wasn't so much that. He was more of he just a rapper. I was like, I'm gonna get to the money and listen. I'm gonna make us be the new Rockefeller. That's how I felt. So I started doing mixtapes. That's when I used to go by the name T Flame. I was selling mixtapes at the flea market, and from there, I mean, I was still writing. It was a partner I was rapping with named Famous. He was really good. So I would put our freestyles and shit on the mixtapes. And that's how I really started. And when people was coming back saying, yo, who was that on that mixtape? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, that's my man. That's me. Oh, y'all dope, man. Dope. Y'all from Detroit. That's dope. So that was the really like the start and like, yo, maybe I could do this. This is easy, 2001.
Right.
So, yeah, I think, me starting off as watching my cousin rap, then me starting to try to be a DJ, then me and my mans rapping and putting them on the end of the mixtapes, getting recognition. That was the stepping stone to get into it.
That's dope. As far as touring, what do you got coming up? Do you have anything lined up in the near future?
Shit. Yeah, I got some things lined up, man. I can't discuss them.
That's all right.
Yeah, I can't discuss none of them, man. One situation was said, you can't say nothing to no one. So I had to leave it at that. I don't know when it's gonna happen. But after this drop tonight, I'm done for a minute. You ain't gonna hear from me for a minute. I let people marinate with these, shoot a couple of videos. I will say I think me and Gray Matter is about to we already started, so that should be the next one. But there's some other ones that's already in the pipeline too.
How far do you think you're gonna take the cocaine series?
No, it's done.
You're done.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
done.
Yeah,
five is a good number. Five
Yeah.
is a good number for even like television series and
yeah,
nicely.
Yeah. So my favorite series is Rocky. Then The Wire had how many episodes?
Five
seasons.
Yep, 5.
Yeah. Breaking Bad, how many?
Yep.
5.
Yep. It always works out good.
Then The Sopranos had 6. I'm from 6 Mile, so I thought about 6. I'll tell you this, this is how I'll keep it in Scout Signer. I should say Scout Signer. A big bag of money come, I might do it now. But nah, man. Only way I do 6 if it's with one producer, and the producer got to be one of 3 people. And I don't know if I can't even tell you the 3, but it had to be some big names. That's the only way I'll bring that back out.
Speaking of producers, who do you want to work with that you have?
Look at that. That was cool.
Yeah, that worked.
Man, that's smooth. And you know what's so funny? I was preparing for this when I was texting them saying 8:30. I was going to Target, and for some reason I was just thinking about my favorite producers or who I would want to work with, and not to anything with them 3 names that I was talking about. But first one came to mind was DJ Muggs, man. DJ Muggs, and I tell you why Muggs, man. I value someone who takes time to make textures and cohesive projects. Like you could tell he's really molding these things, and that's what I like to do. Now, when you hear Malice in the Palace, you understand more so. And then if you ever hear Wired Different, Room 39, those are molded fluorescent mud. Second will be Apollo Brown. That's my boy. He from here. I think it'll be a real dope look for the city.
Yeah.
After that, just on some real rugged shit, maybe Big Ghost.
Yeah, I can see that.
Big Ghost. After that, I think V Dine, just because this I could just go and be straight raw with it. Pause. And then I'm really thinking about Spanish Ran. So, you know, them would be the five. Like, all they sounds is something that I'm into right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and they all got different things.
Different sounds, yeah. So definitely you could adapt.
And I say this, every one of them are very good at something that I take very much pride in, is making cohesive projects. So whenever you hear their projects, they mesh very well. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yep. Back to Muggs and the way you say he can create textures. He's one of those producers that you hear and you know it's him. And there's not too many producers that are like that. So a lot of producers out there, and a lot of producers, when you hear their sound, you're like, who is that? Like, you gotta look. But Muggs, Primo, dudes like that, you know, you can just hear. That's in what, 2 bars. There you go.
Yep. You know it. I don't know if it's something in the mixing or something, but you know it as soon as it come on. You know what I'm saying? You got a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. But
and Muggs has
shout out to all those producers. Shout out to all them.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jesse.
I said, and Muggs has been consistent too. He's been doing a lot of stuff with Crime Apple and a few others. But he's on fire right now too.
Yep. Muggs is the OG, man. I finally got to meet him in December too, so that was dope. You know, had a conversation with him. Real good dude.
Nice.
He's not afraid to evolve with the time,
right?
And that's something that there's always been a little debate on all the social medias, especially hip hop social medias, about ageism and old heads just being old heads and not wanting to evolve. What do you think about that?
You know, it's just, I think it's an easy way for someone younger to try to discredit someone older to make it easier for them to come through, right? Because it's like, man, we're the only genre that does that. You don't see nobody doing that in any other genre. So it's like, you know, ours is so bravado and so competitive. It's just like it's a sport. You know what I'm saying? It's like any sport. We're just seeing, I don't know how much y'all follow basketball, but I just seen Steph Curry just talk crazy to Chris Paul, talking about this ain't 2004 no more. Like whatever he said, 2013 or whatever. I'm like, yeah, Chris Paul steps slow now. You the big dog. You know, it just come with the territory. So, you know, ageism. But here's the crazy thing about that. Right now, if we look at it, when we talking about somebody peeing, all the older guys are the best rappers.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. 35. 35 plus.
So I think what I know, because I'm getting older and I understand the older you get, the better you get, because you live more, your pen is more sharper. You know, that's for our lane too. Let me say that. You're not gonna have somebody our age, I'm 40. You're not gonna have nobody bouncing around making songs with auto tunes from our era. I don't know. They might be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so in our, like, that's why we praise Rock Marciano, Kai, you know, all these guys, man. They are older and they are fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying? But we in our own little bubble now at this point. Us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We're not industry. We're not the industry. We're the fucking underground. And what's so crazy is the underground is really not underground like it used to be. It's actually a step above the underground. People make some real money now, man. You know, I go to Rock Marciano's show in California and see it sold out. So, you know, that's some pretty coin. I see vinyl sales of someone, they sell 1,500 copies. You know, I mean, for somebody independent, 1,500 copies is a lot of goddamn money. So, you know, it's not so much underground like that no more. But you know, the ageism, you know, it's an excuse to try to discredit someone older. More than likely, the younger person feels threatened by him. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And writing matures and evolves, and so is oneself and experience and perspective. That's a good point from Joy Thesis. your perspective does change too. We all know that we were all young men,
Yeah.
and I mean the angst, the everything that we felt from being teenagers up until 20, 21, 22. Especially, I mean, hip hop's the only genre really where that angst can be really expressed. I mean, they really don't do that in any other genre, rock and roll and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe like screaming heavy metal, but I can't understand what they're
Yeah.
trying to tell me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Yeah. No, that's a good. Like, yeah, man. I'd be stupid to be rapping about the stuff I was doing and talking about at 23 years old.
exactly.
I look back and listen to some of that music. I say, wow, I'm happy to be alive.
Hmm.
You know, and that's the first thing I think. Because I could listen to it and remember exactly where I was in my mind and how I was not smart. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, I'm happy to be alive and not not having that same perspective as a 23-year-old.
Yeah, you're right. And getting old, man, it's a badge of honor now. Like all those creaks in your back and your knees and your elbows.
Oh
You
man.
got, those are the scars you're gonna carry. Then that's good. That's good. It's better. It makes you feel alive. But
I don't know about alive.
Jesse, you want to add any questions before we get to wrapping this up?
Yeah. What would you be doing if you weren't in the music industry?
Well, my 23 answer would be selling drugs. But my answer right now is running a label.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll be so I will be an A&R if that will still exist. Probably no, not really, not the A&R that I would do. I would try to run an underground label like Bars Over BS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why haven't you thought about doing it? You can do
I
it.
do.
Do it. Do it
I
up.
do.
Do it up, bro.
No, I run a whole label right now.
It's time to shamelessly self promote and tell us what you got going on.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I do have the label. I'm not know if y'all familiar with it. Bars Over BS. I sell CDs, tapes, and vinyl. Yeah, just sold Mickey Diamond stuff today. Did a couple hundred units. So check the site out, barsoverbs.com. Specialize in underground hip hop, CDs, tapes, cassettes. Some of the best lyricists in the world, I believe. What was the other question?
I was saying we're going to be wrapping up in a few minutes.
Yeah. You told me to start shameless promoting. I started going in. I'm just go to the site, barsoverbs.com.
Sell, man. Sell. We love it.
Yeah. All my music is on there, man. Yeah, that's what I do, man. I rap. The reason I've only rapped 3 times this year because I'm so busy shipping orders and filling orders. So yeah, that's it, man. barsoverbs.com, man. And my music is there for us. My music is on the, all of the DSPs, digital stream providers, and Bandcamp. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Definitely go copy shit.
Yes, please.
Hit up Ty Farris everywhere. Bandcamp. Go to all the socials. Like, subscribe to everything.
Yeah.
Please do it. It makes a difference. It really does.
It does.
Got to break these algorithms, especially now. The algorithms have been all fucked up lately. I don't know what's going on.
Run the streets. The algorithms run the streets.
And the way they've been acting lately, bro, I don't get it. Everything's been so slow. I don't know why they're slowing us down.
Yeah, because you know why? They want you to spend money for them advertisement dollars.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. I mean, I saw today. I made $1.60 off my reel, so I'm getting rich, man. I'm getting rich. Facebook's doing
it. Wow, that's funny.
Let's start somewhere, right?
Yeah. I was like, oh my god! I can't even believe they gave me a notification for that. It was $2, but Zuckerberg needed his 40 cents. So
wow,
he took his cut. But again, thank you, Ty Farris, for coming on the Hip Hop Happy Hour podcast. It's been a pleasure. And everybody go cop his shit. Malice at the Palace. It's out right now, I think, right?
We got.
I've seen some people sharing some things about it. So I don't know.
So it's on the Bandcamp. It's on Copenhagen Craze Bandcamp.
I drop a link, and but it'll be everywhere like in 2 hours.
No doubt. Go cop that shit. Go back and cop all his other shit.
Yeah.
The no cosign, just cocaine series. It's
Yeah.
very, very dope. Very dope. And obviously now he said it's over, but we might get a sixth one. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, you know.
So
Yeah.
again, thank you for coming on the Hip Hop Happy Hour podcast.
Appreciate y'all, brothers, man. Y'all be safe.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
And everybody go to our YouTube channel, Culture Corner, click it, subscribe. And that helps too. We just passed 100 subscribers, which is pretty good.
I'm gonna go subscribe right now.
Couple months we've had it going on, so go subscribe, show us some love, and click like, subscribe, go to his Bandcamp, spend some money, keep his business afloat, keep our business afloat. You know what it is. All right, everyone, peace.
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 All right, y'all. Peace.